the back tee of the 5th hole on the Duke's course at Woburn. Before the British Masters was played here in the first week of June, the PGA Championship was played at Wentworth the week before, and it would always finish on the bank holiday Monday, which is quite unusual. Well, Seve missed a cut at Wentworth, and he came up on the very quiet Monday afternoon, the bank holiday, to play a practice round with his caddy Billy Foster. And I followed them for 9 holes, and they were playing out of Seve's bag. So Billy was playing, and using a persimmon block and the Bellata golf ball, both Billy Foster and Seve were capable of hitting the ball up this fairway to where there's a very large valley. So they were hitting the ball 260, 270 in those days with the older clubs. So the beauty of this golf hole is that even when you've hit a very strong tee shot in the right position, you cross a yawning valley with trees left and right to quite a narrow access. Well, having walked 9 holes with Billy and Seve, I went back to the clubhouse. Christy O'Connor Jr. was legging it up the path past the clubhouse with a hire trolley in his clubs. I said, "Luther, who's out there?" I go, "Well, if you're quick, Seve's on the 10th, play a few holes with him." Now the reason that Christy had missed a cut at Wentworth is he'd taken off in a helicopter, it had gone 60 feet, turned sideways and come back down. And Christy Jr., who died only recently, he walked away that day without any injury at all. The nice part of the story is that Christy went on to win the competition, playing 36 holes on the last day. He putted like an absolute demon and won the championship. And at the end of the press conference, he said the 2 things that made it for him. He said when you drop out of the sky from 60 feet, a 4-foot putt didn't worry him. But in addition to that, he played 9 holes with his hero Seve and had a pint after, and that was true inspiration as well. So it's just nice to be part of that little story with Seve and Christy combined. 2 great champions, and we miss them both. Anyway, back to the job in hand. I need a good tee shot, hopefully favouring the left-hand side of the fairway. If I bail out on the right, I've got an even longer shot across the valley. So I need a strong shot favouring the left-hand side. So again, I like to stand outside the tee and ground. Allows me to start the ball down the middle of the fairway and then hopefully move the ball a fraction from left to right, from right to left. Okay. For me, I've absolutely killed it. Didn't get the draw spin I wanted, so I've got to struggle from the middle of the fairway, but that'll do me. So looking back to the 50 that I just played from, as the camera pans round, you can see how narrow the fairway is. And as we swing round, my ball comes into view and you can see the green. So, as I said earlier, if I'd been on the left-hand side of the fairway, I'd have had a more direct route to the flag and slightly bigger opening. The fact that I'm 30 yards to the right means that I've got the same carry, but I've got a smaller target. I've been very fortunate because although I've missed the fairway, the first cut, the ball is sitting up really rather beautifully, so I couldn't ask for a better lie. And also I've got the wind at my back. So I'm going to hit a full 3-wood, and I'm going to aim at the flag and hopefully get a bit of draw spin. If I do that, I'll get very close to green. However, if I bail out and slap it to the right, I've got a lot of trouble making a 5 from that side. So again, I need to favour the left-hand side, and because the ball is above my feet, that will actually help me. So here we go. So I called it, hit the shot strongly, but didn't have the confidence to turn it over sufficiently. So although I've gone a good distance, my 3rd shot's going to be very difficult indeed. Okay, so I've arrived in time for my 3rd shot, but Simon the cameraman is showing you the other side of the fairway. Now, if I'd hit a slightly shorter, I could have hit 5-wood and favoured the left-hand side, even the semi, I would have had a fairly straightforward shot. However, you can see, because I slapped the ball out to the right and didn't take on the draw spin as I should, I've now got a tree in the way. So I've got a number of problems here. I've got to keep the ball low. I've got to make sure that it at least gets past the tree trunk, because if I leave it short of the tree trunk, I'm in real trouble. So to get the ball onto the green is probably a good shot. So I'm going to go for the left hand side of the flag, the part of the green that I can see, and I'm going to take my 8 iron, play the ball off the back foot and close the face down. So you can see the ball's almost outside my right foot. And I see this shot as a little hook shot, a little low hook. The important thing is to make sure that it scampers forward when it lands. So I played rather clumsily really. I pulled it to the left, caught the downslope, and the ball went too far. So now I've really got to work to make my 5. So you can see, hindsight's a wonderful thing. I've had a 3 wood into trouble when really a 5 wood at the left hand side or a rescue club was actually all I needed. Okay, so I'm surveying my 4th shot. Luckily I've got plenty of green to work with, but I've got to get the ball up and down to save par. So I've got my pitching wedge. I'm going to play it from a slightly open stance because the ball's in a bit of fluffy grass. And again, to control the distance the ball travels, I need to land the ball on the green first bounce. Okay, so I played a nice strike, but the distance was woefully lacking, so it looks like I'm going to make a bogey. As I pass this bunker, this is a classic Woburn bunker, a lorry design, beautifully shaped, very imaginative. These quite ancient edges that have been kept in maintained beautifully over the years by the greenkeepers. And again, the high sides on the outside as well as on the green side. But because the structure is so beautifully made, generally wherever the ball lands, it runs down and gives you a shot from a very flat base. You'd be unlucky to have an unplayable shot when you're in this bunker. But I think it's one of the classics, and it's worthy of note. In lots of modern courses, you get basically what is a glorified catlet at an oval or an oblong, pretty horrible. But this bunker sits beautifully in the landscape and frames the green beautifully. So, this is an outside chance of saving a par. I've got no one to blame but myself. I had a poor second, a poor third. If either of those shots had been reasonable, I'd be putting for a birdie. I've picked the line as a ball left. Now we're just going to get the pace of the putt as it should be. Gave it a chance. And again, when you get a putt past the hole, you get a chance to see how it moves, and it helps you read the putt on the way back.